Good evening, everybody, and welcome to another edition of WMSC's Local Live. My name is Cal, and we are here with 1913, myself and Aaron, live at Anodyne and Walker's Point. We've got a live audience here. Welcome, everybody.
All right, so tonight's broadcast is also being live streamed. You can watch at WMSC.org as well as on WMSC's YouTube and Vimeo channels.
And Local Live is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Now, please give a warm welcome to our musical guests for tonight, 1913. 1913 on WMSE's Local Live, and of course we are live at Anodyne and Walker's Point. Welcome to our online and radio audiences and our in-person audience. It feels great to have everybody here. Give yourselves a hand. Janet, Victor, it's great to have you guys on our stage again and on our WMSE airwaves.
Thanks, Cal. Thanks, Aaron.
It's a pleasure to be with you this evening.
It kind of feels like the world is slowly getting back into the swing as far as live shows go. You guys have played some shows recently. How has it felt? What have been some of your favorite gigs recently?
Right here on this stage. Not just tonight,
right.
but a couple months ago we played here. And we had a
It was
full,
for Janet's birthday.
Oh yeah, we had a full house. It was great. Got to see some friends and family and some new faces.
It was a fun evening, too, because Janet pulled a little prank on me. It was her birthday. I was supposed to pull the prank on her, but she pulled it on me. So we're playing. We're in the middle of our set. All of a sudden, I see a gentleman walk in with a saxophone case. And he keeps walking through the audience, and he comes up the ramp, comes up on stage, puts down the case, opens it up, takes out the sax, and just starts playing with us. And I'm looking at this guy, and I'm thinking, Janet, do you know anything about this, or what is this? Now, happily, the fellow was fantastic. It was really a great addition to the set. But as soon as he was done sitting in with us, he just put the saxophone away, went down the ramp, and walked out. I never got to talk with him. I didn't know if it was. I didn't know what was going on. And Janet, it was your prank.
Well, yeah, that's Christopher Pipkins. He
Christopher Pipkin?
Yeah, he's a great saxophone player from Milwaukee.
Okay, and who does he play with?
His own project. And he plays with us once in a while.
Well, he did that night, that's for sure.
Well, sometimes you have to give yourself your own birthday present, right?
That's right.
Well, it was so good to have this as one of our first shows back. We're also playing my favorite holiday coming up, April Fool's. We'll be at Jazz Estate.
Right.
Excellent.
Or will you?
Yeah, right?
So we heard you played with Langhorne Slim a couple weeks ago or so, and
Yeah, at the back room, at the Collectivo back room. We were the guests of Sean, and we got to play not only our own set, but we also backed him up on a couple of his songs.
That's right. So how was it? Did you rehearse with him for a little bit, or?
We rehearsed a little bit in the dressing room, but we've played with him a number of times now in a few different cities, so it's almost old hat for us by this time.
Yeah, it was great. That's another example, Cal, of when something felt normal again for us, is when we got to see our friend Langhorne.
Very cool. Looking through your bio at some of the
You're
collaborators.
looking at our bio?
Bio.
Oh, okay. I thought you said you were looking through our
It
bio.
must be the mask.
Okay.
One name that stuck out to me that I was kind of surprised to see was Rainn Wilson. What was the nature of your collaboration with him?
The Bassoon King.
The Bassoon King. Rainn came through Milwaukee to the Pabst Theater, and he was shelling his book. And we had heard from someone over at Boswell that he had mentioned seeing the Violent Femmes a long time ago and wanted to know if I would want to meet Rainn. And I said, sure, that would be fantastic, but can we take this one step further? Can 1913 open for him at the Pabst? And they took it hook, line, and sinker, so we got to open up for Rainn Wilson, and then afterwards I interviewed him about his book, and I asked him all kinds of great questions like, how long do you think you're going to live, Rainn?
He was mad at you about that,
He was
Victor.
mad at me, I think, yeah.
Yeah. And actually, Victor's mentioned in Rainn Wilson's book.
That's right.
Yeah.
He found it fascinating that I was standing up and playing the drums.
And I got to play the Pabst.
Because I don't know if people are aware of it, but there is a violent femme in our group, and it's Janet, and she's really not that bad.
Thank you, Victor.
You're welcome, Janet.
So over the course of the pandemic, you guys took on some new other collaborative projects. Can you elaborate on some of the stuff you've been up to besides 1913?
Well, we've been building homemade furniture out in the garage.
Ooh, okay.
I've been ice skating.
Janet's been ice skating. We've been cooking in the kitchen a little bit. Sometimes I find it impossible to not turn on the television, and certainly in the period of the last couple of weeks, it's been very depressing to turn on the television. So thank God we have something like music to replenish our souls with. And it's always nice for us to come and play for people live, because recording is a wonderful experience, but to play for people and to exchange the ideas through the air, the musical ideas, is what we live for. And hopefully we can transmit a little bit of good vibration tonight to the people in Ukraine that are going through such a horrible situation at the moment. We're doing our part here, trying
Amen
to
to
create
that.
some kind of an art that is soothing and hopefully guides one's soul through this precarious time.
Amen to that.
Yes. We wanted to ask you about your audition video for the Tiny Desk contest, because that's an experience a lot of musicians are curious about. What was that like?
Well, we're about to do another one.
Okay.
And
Which
actually-
means we failed at the first one.
Yeah, so, I mean, we got some extra plays on YouTube, I must say. We went with the technology we had, which was my cell phone. And we hadn't played together in about a year at that point. And so I used a horizontal orientation. I used a music stand and some duct tape. And I was able, because I didn't have a tripod, I guess. So the lighting was a little challenging. So
I guess maybe what she's trying to say is we didn't take it that seriously, and maybe this time around we will take it a little bit more seriously.
well,
Right.
we'll try even to play the same song. It's a song that we started today with, is called "The Reason Why."
All right. Beautiful. All right. Well, shall we have some more music?
Sure.
All right. 1913.
We'd like to play a couple pieces that are interlocked for you. One piece, the first piece is called Sonata, and the second piece is called Heartbeat. Thank you very much. Thank you.
You're welcome.
1913, you're listening to WMSC's Local Live. Janet, can you tell us, when did you first start looping on the cello, and was there a steep learning curve with that?
Oh, yeah. So I started in about 2007. And I had a looping pedal that could hold a 17-second loop. So some of these pieces would be impossible now. But it taught me how to have some rhythm. It's definitely important to have some rhythm when you have a drummer. So I also learned how to play in tune. I used to have 2 loopers connected, and now I have one that has 3 that are built in together. So I've worked my way up with technology, and yeah, there's definitely a steep learning curve.
It sounds like.
We heard that you recently acquired a new cello, a blue electroacoustic cello. Is that right?
Yeah, it's amazing. I'm having some technical difficulties with it right now.
Okay.
You mean
So-
the blue cello has the blues?
It has the blues.
Okay.
It's actually has the flats. So what happens with cellos is in the winter, the face of them falls flat. And so
That sounds like me.
the bridge was too short. So I played one performance with it, and then I brought it here. It turned out just to be decoration on top of the piano at our last show here. But that should be up and running. You know, you asked a question earlier about some other projects, and I'm working with a painter now too. And so this is Luna and cello. So I feel the blue cello is really apt for that project, and maybe not quality enough for 1913.
Well, it
in
can't
some
be
ways,
because we need the
'cause it's
1913
not the
cello for
1913.
1913.
Yeah.
All right.
So
Do you know why we call the band 1913? Well, that is a rumor. The real reason is that 1912 and 1914 were taken. No, that's not true. The real reason is that Janet and I were both born in 1913.
You both look great.
Yeah,
Thank you.
amazing. So,
No, the real reason is that Janet's cello was made in the year 1913 in Transylvania. So
very
don't go anywhere near her cello with blood.
or garlic.
We should have booked you for Halloween.
No doubt.
So we're curious, what do you both like to listen to stay inspired when writing creatively for 1913 or otherwise?
What do you like to listen to, Janet, besides yourself?
91.7 FM, WMSE.
Oh, that's a very good answer.
Frontier Radio.
That's the best answer I could have imagined.
Excellent. I did not feed you that answer.
We did not give them the questions beforehand, folks, I swear.
Well, I'll go through YouTube. You know, Victor has the saying, if you like it, it's good. So whatever. I mean, I was listening to some really successful albums recently, just trying to figure out what did they do so right for, you know, an entire album.
What
So-
kind of successful album were you listening to?
Rumors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I had that playing for a while, and then definitely Pink Floyd, for sure.
Okay.
We're going on tour with them next week.
We might have to exhume a few bodies first.
Yeah, they could use you, I think.
Right.
Well, I mean, we're only 2 months into the year already. I feel like there's been a lot of really great local music that's come out, including your new single. But I'm wondering if there's anything that's caught your ear, either of you, as far as local stuff recently.
Boy, any local stuff. I haven't really heard anything that's really knocked me out lately, but usually when I do listen to WMSE, I hear a few things that I haven't heard before, and I always enjoy that there's still something out there that you haven't heard, even if it's not brand new, which is a great thing about WMSE because you guys feature everything.
This is true.
Yeah.
What do you think, Janet? Do you have any new bands you like?
Yeah, I don't think they're local, though. The Jonestown Massacre.
Well, they've been around for quite a
Oh,
while,
okay.
though.
Well, I just recently discovered them,
Oh,
so
okay.
they're new to me.
Yeah, well,
But-
right, and if you like it, it's good.
Yeah, and anything by Quinn Sharber is usually pretty good, you know. And then we've got
Yeah.
our local favorites.
Yeah.
Trapper, Shep,
Shoop.
Shep.
I listen to a
Brett-
lot of jazz and a lot of more the esoteric side of jazz. But every once in a while, it's good to hear Johnny Cash, of course.
Oh, yeah.
And isn't it Johnny Cash's birthday today? Does anybody know? I think it is.
Well, if so, happy birthday, Johnny Cash.
Happy birthday, Man in Black.
Well, on that note, I think it's time for a couple more songs. What do you guys think?
Wonderful.
Fabulous. Here they are once again, 1913.
We'll be playing Candy Necklace and Mr. Panicker.
In the year 1913, in Paris, France, there lived a man named Julius Paniker. Julius Paniker was an accountant. On the weekend, this jolly little fat accountant liked to go and dress up in his finery and go out and drink absinthe in the Paris evening. But before he went out, he went into his bathroom to start his nightly ritual. He walked up to the sink, put his hand on the mirrored surface of the medicine cabinet. He opened the cabinet very slowly, looked inside, and there he saw what he was looking for: a cobalt blue jar. He took out the cobalt blue jar, put his hands on the screw top, opened the jar, put the top down on the counter, put his left hand inside the cobalt blue jar, and pulled out a disgusting wad of hair tonic. He took the tonic and rubbed it into his scalp. And he did this very vigorously for exactly 47 minutes. And when he was finished, he left the bathroom, went to the front door, and fainted. that's the story of Mr. Panicky.
1913 on WMSC's Local Live, and we know that like a lot of musicians during the pandemic, you guys had to sort of alter your recording strategies a little bit. Tell us what that entailed for the two of you.
Well, to be quite honest, we didn't really do all that much recording during the pandemic in person. What we did was, for a lot of what we're incorporating into this new album that we're working on, what I would do would be I would come up with some kind of a drum recording, a wild drum track of sorts. Maybe the drum track would also include percussion or something else, but it would be something that I would send to Janet and Josh Schmidt, who is our producer on this particular album. And they would take that track, and then Janet would write some cello music to it, and then they would start layering hundreds and hundreds of cellos, literally. And then they would maybe send something back to me, I would add something else, and then I'd send it back, and then that would probably be ready for the final mix at that point. But it's been a fun experience in that regard, because recording is unnatural anyway, so it doesn't matter how it happens, really.
Oh, that makes sense.
So we'd like to ask, is there anything that you want to add to your sound? You've been a band together for like 12 plus years now, right? Is there anything that you haven't done yet that you would like to throw in the mix?
Yeah, I mean,
Make a lot of money.
Someone in the
Yes.
audience here has worked with us. So if there's anyone else, it's going to be Matt Meisner, and he plays amazing synthesizers and keyboards.
Yes,
Yeah.
Matt is here.
Thanks for coming. Yeah, keyboards probably because they're so versatile. Now I've got the strings covered. We have used some horns, or maybe we've talked about it.
Yeah, we don't really adhere to that policy that just because you record it, it has to be then interpreted live the same way. We're all for trying to discover new things live, and of course, in the recording studio, we have the ability to add other people like Matt and other fine musicians that are here in Milwaukee. But when we play live, it's just the two of us, just Janet and I.
Unless a
We
random
have to make the
saxophone player
music
shows up.
ourselves.
Well, since we're running kind of low on time, I think we
Ooh.
should have a couple more songs
All
here
right.
rather than keep chatting. So,
Hot garbage. That's next. That's after. Hot garbage is next.
Okay.
Guess what just happened, Victor? Guess.
This is a song about passion in the modern age. It's called Hot Garbage. Guess what just happened? It rang twice for truth. I saw this coming. I let you in. Hot garbage. The way you treat me is so unkind. Hot garbage. But when you kiss me, I'm feeling fine. I'm fine. You screamed into my eye. And then you whispered into my ear. I saw this coming. I let you in. Hot garbage. It burns to hold you and call you mine. Hot garbage. Found a lover, you found a dime. Yeah. 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 Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. There in the sky sat the floating river. It gave to me a quiver. Tired of the world looking down from a star. Man, it was bitter and better on a stolen guitar.
Or a cello.
Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye.
Bye.
Once upon a time, a long, long time ago, time was for sorrow, a sliver. Tired of myself falling down from a star. Man, it was bigger and better on a stolen guitar.
Or a cello.
Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye bye. Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye.
Bye.
Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye bye. Bye bye, baby, ready-made, bye.
Bye.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Bye-bye. Thanks, everybody. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Janet Schiff, the First Lady of the Cello.
Thank you.
I'm Victor DiLorenzo, your unreliable narrator. Thank you.
Wonderful performance from 1913. Thank you so much, Victor and Janet.
Thank
Where
you.
can people find your new music when it comes out, or your new single, Cello and Drums Forever?
Oh, thank you. Yes, any digital clearinghouse, Spotify.
All the
there's
usual digital outlets.
iTunes. We're also on Bandcamp. We've got also 1913.com. We spell out the words 1913.
All right. And any other shows besides your April Fool's show coming up that you have of note?
We're back here June 9th.
Okay.
Back here at Anodyne.
And,
And besides that, we're just in the process of trying to gather up some more shows,
All right.
We're trying to recover shows from 2 years ago, like Bastille Days.
like everybody is, yeah.
is there by chance a timeline on when your new album will be coming out? Any idea?
We don't really know right now. We're in the process of creating it, and you had just mentioned the single, which is available now, Cello and Drums Forever. But as far as the whole album, it's starting to take shape, and it's going to really surprise people, I think. It's quite a bit different from our other recordings, but nonetheless, it is 1913 music.
All right, well, we'll look forward to it.
Excellent. So all the folks live streaming, if you want to throw some support towards 1913, PayPal address, Venmo address is up there. Also, if you want to visit our merch table in the back, Ryan is back there, Chris is back there. Come say hi to the band if you're here and chat with them too. Want to say thanks for coming out, guys. Wonderful. All right. Tonight's edition of Local Live was broadcast and live streamed from Anodyne on Bruce and Walker's Point. Local Live is a production of 91.7 FM WMSC, produced by myself and Cal. All audio and video engineering by Knieverland Productions. All graphics by Rock Design. Band hospitality by Transfer Pizza. And Local Live, of course, is presented by Third Space Brewing. You have your home, you have your work, but everyone needs a third space. Thanks again to the wonderful 1913.
Yes. And thanks to all of you for coming out tonight. You've been a great audience. We just love having everybody here, and we want to let everyone know that you can find upcoming guests and archives of past Local Live segments at WMSC.org. And tune in again next Tuesday at 6 for another interview segment with Gego Inoni. And stay tuned for more details about next month's show here at Anodyne. Stay tuned for Midnight Radio, and we will see you next week.